It's non-functional in any way whatsoever than the fact that it's full. And it doesn't sit right anymore, so I have to, there we go, close it. All these other little panels open up. So a lot of people have put, you see the movies, it's got all these different arms and adapters that come out. People have done all these crazy things with them. Just much more in depth than I've ever wanted to do. Turn them around. And take his dome off. You see the dome? Pretty much very simple. As I mentioned before in the photos, this is the slip ring. This is the thing that lets it spin around multiple times without any wires getting caught up. And inside the dome, this is the connector where that slip ring connects to, and it feeds power to the different LED systems. These are the hinges and the servos that I mentioned before. So these, technically, if I wanted to, I could have these open up and operate on the hinges. But again, just becomes a grab point, and I won't agree with that. So you can see here inside the workings of that aluminum frame, which is really the main support structure. And then if we do this, this is that magnetic door I was talking about before. You can see nothing more than just a couple, and you can see all the glue on the back. But these are the little metal strips that I glued on there. And you can see all along the door, these are those rare earth magnets, again, glued in place. This one actually took the metal strip with it, came off. And behind that door, you can actually see all the electronics. So, just as I diagrammed it out before, I don't know how you guys can see it from your angle, but this is the slip ring that feeds the power up. This is the Wi-Fi controller board right here. The motor controller for the head, motor controller for the feet. This is the MP3 player, and there's a little USB drive in there, and a couple of power step-down units that step it down to 12 and 5 volts. And if I need to, this swings open. Disconnect this, and I can pop this down. Now this looks like a total mess on the inside, but I can get to, the amp is over here, circuit board is over here, his speakers are up front. So the Arduino up front here, which is controlling that panel you saw in the front, and then his 2 batteries are located right there as well. So he's pretty serviceable, pretty accessible, and I can open them up within a few seconds, do what I need to do, close them back up, and be back on the road again. So, there we go. So who's going home tonight building one? Come on, don't be afraid to show your hands. Okay, you guys are gonna build BB-8s and beat me to it, aren't you? I figured I better get on the ball with that.
Can we see him driving around just a little bit and his
The red wheel is actually what controls his head. So that is just a motor. That's just a motor connected to a wheel. Whoops, it's actually the bottom side that spins, not the top side. I would have ruined it there. Yeah, it's just basically a rubber wheel that sits up against this lazy Susan bearing and just spins it around. Just head back up. This little maneuver I'm doing right now is how I scratch that blue piece on the front. As I mentioned, I didn't know if I was on the front or the back, and I was tilting it way back, and I scratched up the piece on the wrong side. He doesn't like carpet incredibly well, so we'll see how he does over here. Here, his wheel's kind of behind a little bit. There he goes.
Help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Phenomenal.
pretty well. He's not doing too bad on the carpet. So again, the controllers are nice and tiny. I can hide them. I've had him out a few times. Actually, I brought him to Rogue One when it opened last December. And apparently the folks at the movie theater were not so happy that I brought him. So I was walking around, I had my hands in my fleece jacket, and I was just kind of staying a good 25, 30 feet away, and I was driving him around and interacting with people. The movie theater manager was trying to figure out who was controlling it, and just scattered the crowd, and it went on for about 45 minutes. And I finally let him in on the secret, and they said, okay, get him out of here. They were not so happy about it. So, always ask for permission before you bring your R2D2 places.
Keep that in mind.
Actually, he's going with me tomorrow to New York. Tomorrow's May 4th, Star Wars Day. May the 4th be with you. So he's going to New York with me for a presentation there that I'm giving to a company. Any other questions? No?
All right, so thank you very much. We really appreciate it. We have the ice cream, little samples of Haagen-Dazs ice cream will be over right here, and you can put sprinkles on them. So.
You guys can take pictures.